The city of N3rth0u5 was swallowed by darkness and rain. Every building, every alley, every rooftop seemed to vanish beneath the relentless downpour, as if the city itself was dissolving into shadow. Wind howled through empty streets as neon signs flickered and died, their colors bleeding into puddles on the cracked pavement. The silence was broken only by the distant rumble of thunder and the hiss of rain against glass. Thunder shook the city, rattling windows and sending shivers through the steel bones of skyscrapers. But something bigger was coming, something the storm itself seemed to fear. From the storm clouds, a massive shadow descended. Katzi11i0n, a giant of dark metal with glowing blue eyes. Its form was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a living nightmare forged from lightning and steel. It floated above the city, part of the storm itself, its presence warping the very air. The rain seemed to bend around it, as if the weather obeyed its silent command. Suddenly, a roar echoed from below, cutting through the storm like a challenge hurled at the heavens. A streak of red light tore through the rain. Raizaiz0rm, armored in crimson, riding a monstrous motorcycle. Its engine growled like a beast unleashed, defiant against the darkness above. Its silver claws gleamed as it skidded to a stop, facing the giant above. Sparks danced from its wheels and steam rose from the rain-soaked ground. The two machines locked eyes, the city their battlefield. For a moment, time seemed to freeze, the world holding its breath as ancient power met unstoppable force. Lightning flashed, illuminating the coming war. Shadows danced across shattered glass and broken concrete, painting the scene with anticipation. Raizaiz0rm revved its engine, unafraid. Its eyes burned with determination, ready to face whatever storm the giant would unleash. Katzi11i0n hovered, silent and menacing, its gaze fixed on its challenger. The air crackled with tension, as if the storm itself waited for their first move. The storm raged around them, but neither flinched. They stood as titans, unmoved by wind or rain, locked in a silent promise of destruction. The city held its breath. Every window, every shadow, every soul waited for the clash that would decide its fate. The fight was about to begin, and nothing would ever be the same again. Katzi11i0n raised its arms, summoning the storm's fury. Lightning crashed, but Raizaiz0rm was already a blur, dodging destruction. It raced up a skyscraper, tires gripping glass, launching itself at the giant. Silver claws out, Raizaiz0rm aimed for Katzi11i0n's chest. But Katzi11i0n was ready. A swirling shield of wind formed around it. Raizaiz0rm slammed into the barrier, thrown back like a ragdoll. It crashed onto a rooftop, metal screeching. The battle had only just begun. Raizaiz0rm rose from the rubble, armor battered but spirit unbroken. The city around him was barely recognizable, twisted metal and shattered glass stretching as far as the eye could see. Every step he took echoed with the memory of what once was, a thriving metropolis now reduced to chaos and ruin. The city trembled as Katzi11i0n unleashed more lightning, bridges and rails collapsing in chaos. Flames licked the night sky, illuminating the devastation as thunder roared overhead. The relentless assault left no corner untouched, and the ground shook beneath the force of destruction. Raizaiz0rm darted forward, claws slicing through a skyscraper's base. Sparks flew as steel met steel, and the building groaned under the sudden attack, threatening to collapse at any moment. The building toppled toward Katzi11i0n, a desperate gambit. Dust and debris filled the air, obscuring the battlefield in a thick, choking haze. But the giant summoned a gust of wind, shoving the falling tower aside with effortless power. The force of the wind scattered rubble across the city, saving Katzi11i0n from the crushing weight. Debris rained down, a city block reduced to ruins. Katzi11i0n hovered untouched, surveying the destruction below with cold, calculating eyes. Raizaiz0rm's plan had failed, but the fight raged on. The city's fate hung in the balance as the two titans clashed, neither willing to surrender. Katzi11i0n's eyes blazed, burning with an unnatural light as it gathered the storm's full, terrifying power. The air crackled with electricity, and the city seemed to hold its breath, sensing the coming devastation. The rain paused, every droplet suspended in the air, and a heavy silence fell, a warning that something catastrophic was about to unfold. Suddenly, Hail the size of cars crashed down with deafening force, smashing streets, shattering windows, and tearing through rooftops, as if they were paper. Raizaiz0rm weaved desperately through the chaos, dodging icy missiles that exploded on impact, sending shards flying in every direction. With a surge of determination, it launched itself skyward, claws spinning and slicing through the rain, aiming straight for Katzi11i's head. But Katzi11i0n unleashed a crushing downdraft, a wall of wind so powerful it flattened everything in its path and sent shockwaves through the city. Raizaiz0rm slammed into the ground with bone-rattling force. Its motorcycle shattered and armor cracked, debris scattering across the soaked pavement. It struggled to rise, battered, broken, and gasping for breath amid the relentless storm, every movement a testament to its resilience. Above it all, Katzi11i0n hovered in the churning sky, victorious, the storm swirling around its silhouette like a living crown of fury. Raizaiz0rm, damaged and alone, faced its towering foe. Katzi11i0n gathered lightning, blue energy crackling across its body. The city glowed with electric fury. Katzi11i0n unleashed its ultimate weapon, a colossal beam of lightning. Raizaiz0rm looked up, defiant to the end. The blast struck, engulfing the red machine in blinding light. When the flash faded, only a smoking crater remained. Katzi11i0n had won. The city was silent, rain falling on ruins. Katzi11i0n floated above the shattered city, alone. Smoke curled from broken towers. The storm faded to drizzle. The giant's blue eyes softened as the clouds parted. The battle was over, but victory felt hollow. Katzi11i0n hovered, a silent king over a ruined world. The city was quiet, the night sky returning. The lonely machine stood tall, master of the storm, alone in the silence.